Well, welcome to Backstage with Geoffrey Morrissey. I am your host, Geoffrey Morrissey. We're here at the Newport Folk Festival. More importantly, I'm joined by Adam from Low Cut Connie. Adam, how are you today?
What's up, Jeff? Everything is good.
That's what we like to hear. Your work is almost done for the day. You got some media, you got some after parties. So who are you looking forward to seeing while you're here at Fort Adams?
Well, I'm doing this cool little thing with my pal Matthew Logan Vasquez at midnight in Providence. And God knows where the night will go from there.
He's a good guy to spend a night with.
There's
for sure.
Just everywhere I turn, there's something crazy going on, and people really let their hair down. I mean, we came in really strong at 11 o'clock in the morning. We demanded everybody get their hair messed up, and they sure did.
They sure did. All you'll have to do is take a look at a picture of me from this day. And then there's a big unannounced set taking place at 6:15 on this stage. If you could fly anyone in to play that unannounced set, who
well, I happen to know who it is, so I'm going to go with no comment on that one.
With no comment. Okay. Well, in your dream world, people not playing, who would you put on there?
Right now?
Right now.
Living or dead?
Living or dead?
I'm going to put James Brown on stage with Elvis and Tina Turner, the three of them.
Oh, that's an amazing one. That would be good. And then so we were just talking about this, but I was reading another interview. You had said, I ask our audiences to bring their world into the room, and that you sort of demand their attention. What do you mean by that, asking the audience to bring their world into the room?
Well, I don't like to think of ourselves, or rock and roll in general, as escapism. I want people to bring all what's going on in their lives and all their emotions and all their physical and emotional worlds into the room. It's a tension that we all build together. We all carry our baggage and we bring it in and we pile it on, and then through the course of an hour we release it. We dance it away. We let our hair down and we laugh, we cry, we boogie it away.
Boogie it away. And then so for you, how do you sort of see the differences between playing live and playing in the studio? What's sort of the biggest difference for you?
Well, I try to make the studio as live as possible, and without giving any trade secrets away, we try and recreate the live thing in the studio. So I live for the stage, and we do this 200 days a year. I love it. I get to hug and meet so many people from so many different walks of life. And a day where I get to be on stage and get together with people is a good day.
Sounds good to me. And there are more people joining you on stage now. Your band is ever growing. It's now up to 7 people, is it? Okay.
Well, we were 6, but we're going to be 7 starting next month.
Starting next month. So with that sort of comes the experience of being sort of the band leader and sort of managing all that. How have you been adjusting to that and sort of, becoming more of a band leader, or now there are more people, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I've been the leader for a while. Heavy wears the crown. It's, in some ways, it's a thankless task, but my heroes are great band leaders. Bruce Springsteen, Tom Petty, James Brown, Prince, these are the great band leaders. Freddie Mercury, who know how to get a group of talented people on one wavelength with one mission. Do you know?
Oh, of course, of course. And how do you sort of do that, try to get a group of talented people on the same wavelength? Are there any tricks that you have? Or
I can't give those secrets away, my pal.
Touché, touché. Don't want to know the recipe, that's for sure. And then so your new album, Dirty Pictures Volume 2, you'll be playing that live on 10/17 at the Middle East in Cambridge. Tickets on sale now.
Yeah.
So Dirty Pictures Part 2, I mean, there was a Part 1 released a little bit earlier. Why did you decide to do Part 2 and sort of follow that, go down that rabbit hole and follow sort of the theme?
Well, I thought 2 bite-sized albums would be a good idea, but mostly it was because there was clearly 2 different batches of songs that went together. The first record, Volume 1, Dirty Pictures Part 1, had a lot of tension. The songs had a lot of tension. Grimy feeling, dirty, frustration, anger. And Part 2 is all about release. It's much more emotional, much more cathartic, and much more accepting and honest about reality.
And one of the themes that I noticed in this album, or in both albums, was privacy. Sort of Love Life and Oh Suzanne both deal with that sort of element. What drew you to privacy and sort of exploring that idea? Because you seem like a very open person.
Well, I'm in the public eye, but I'm alone in the public eye, you know? at the end of the day, I'm back in a motel room by myself, and I'm very introverted, just like Prince was, just like Elvis was, just like Bob Dylan. I need my quiet. I like my alone. But then for 1 hour, 90 minutes of that day, I like to come out of my shell and do something explosive with people.
Well, there you go, there you go. Well, I don't want to keep you from doing something explosive. I'll make this my last question for you, Adam. Who are you listening to? Who's been on your radar?
Well, right now in the background, I'm listening to the Tank and the Bangas. Our friends from New Orleans, we're going to be doing a show with them next month, and we're very excited. And there's another band from Brooklyn that I love called Combo Chimbita. That's a Spanish language band that I love. I love a lot of Latin music, and I listen to a lot of old music as much as new. And maybe I'll start listening to WATD and listen to what's going on in the music scene up there.
There you go. He's good enough for President Obama. He's good enough for Bruce Springsteen. Good enough for Elton John. He's good enough for you, Adam from Low Cut Connie. The album is Dirty Pictures Volume 2, and if you're in the Boston area, check them out on October 17th at the Middle East.
I'll see you there, pals, at the Middle East. I love you, Boston. I love you, Massachusetts. And I will see you at the Middle East. Bye-bye.